Hello, and welcome to the MySpace podcast. I'm your host, Miley, and today I will be reviewing the book Relentless by Moria Kane. This is book 1 of the Silver Bullet Security series. And if that doesn't tell you anything, I don't know what. I'm kidding. Kind of. Let's get into it. Rating. Oh, I did not actually write down the rating. Hold up. That's a me problem. Forgot to. I give this book like a 5.5 out of 10. And it's just, the beginning was good. If you saw my Instagram, you know, I loved the beginning, but then it lost the goodness. If that makes any sense. It just there were two different plots going on. There were 2 different plots going on at the same time. One would start and then it would stop, and then the next plot would start and then it would stop, and then we'd go back to the other plot. So it was choppy. It was kind of like both plots couldn't coexist at the same time. And then one of the plots was the whole mating bond thing with them. And once they accepted and completed the mating bond, then for the next 10ish to 20ish% of the book, it was basically just them having sex. And also, that was the other plot. To get that, the other plot was stopped. And I don't know why, but I think the lighting is being weird. But anyways, yeah, it was just, nothing coexisted in a way. But it had the plot idea was good. And the last chapter just kind of came out of nowhere, and it didn't really have any meaning if it was the last chapter, because it could have been that epilogue. No, actually, it wouldn't make sense to be that epilogue, actually. Never mind. So yeah, I didn't really understand what was going on there. It would have worked better somewhere else. It didn't make any sense, really. And like I said, I really liked the beginning because everything was going nicely together, but then it got lost midway through. It's honestly kind of like how I read essays. I start off strong, but then when I get halfway, I lose it. So yeah, it was good in the beginning, but I didn't like it at the end. POV. Okay, so it switches between Abby and Gage, and then there's the ending, which is in Mason's point of view. There are also a lot of flashbacks, which gets very confusing, because you're just wait, what? Oh, we're back in time, which honestly is it's kind of like a show in a way. You see what they were doing beforehand, Bob, genre, fantasy, paranormal, shapeshifters, romance, and adult. It's an adult's book. At least in my opinion, it is. Also, they are shapeshifters, like I said. But it's not just wolves or anything. There's every other type of animal. This book has mainly wolves. Now to the plot/storyline. It is actually crazy long, and I did it all this morning. Okay. Oh, let's get into it. It's gonna be great, guys. You couldn't tell I'm tired. So, Abby is a divorcee. I got there in the end. She's divorced. It's okay. And she's broke. Living out of her car. Yep, I can speak today. She's also basically disowned from her family. I'm pretty sure both her parents are dead, but her sister basically just kicked her out. So she moves to a whole other state for a new start. And all this happened because her ex cheated on her and got mated. And then his mate kicked Abby out of her own house and basically took everything from her. And yeah, her sister kicked her out of her house, so she had nowhere to go. So her new work, it is working for shifters. She knew that, of course. Gage, who's our love interest, he is unhappy about any of this. Then he meets her for the first time and is like, oh my gosh, she's my mate. But he doesn't tell her. Like, of course. And then he goes on to this just continuing to hate her thing. Or, like, he's acting like he does. He does both, and then at the end, he's just like, oh, I've liked her this whole time. Like, when did that happen? I thought you hated her in the beginning. Like, even though she was your mate, you hated her. And like, he said that, too. And then he goes, like, I've loved you since the beginning. I'm like, when? Yeah. So, that's great. Anyways, they're working together. Then they get this job, and something doesn't feel right about it to Gage, and the only person who will listen is Abby, and I'm pretty sure this is in the summary of the book on the back. He starts doing cute things for her, but he blames it on his wolf. Like, he'll peel oranges for her in the morning, because that's what she eats for breakfast, and then he gets her chocolate from the vending machine, like, 2 times a day. He also figured out that she's living out of her car, and he doesn't like that. And then he just does some things. He does a lot of things that he ends up regretting in the end. Like, right after he does them, actually. And then he gets all angry and stuff. He just kind of needs to calm down. Some stuff happens, and then he takes her to this cabin because he needs to cool down. Then they realize something and end up going back. Realize something they were missing on the case that they were looking into. Then she ends up living with then she starts living with him because she needs a safe place to stay for a while, because he's all like, you're not safe anywhere else, and also because he literally can't be without her. Because, like, the longer you go without completing the mating bond, like, the worse it gets, basically. To, like, the point where you physically can't be away from your mate and stuff. He plans to tell her, but then everything goes wrong. Like, of course it's gonna go wrong. One of these is that she finds her own place. He's not happy with it, but then he deals with it and he buys her furniture. And then, of course, everything is gonna end up coming out. She's not happy. The girls are never happy in the situation, which is very annoying. Like, I need one that's smart enough to be like, oh yeah, I've known this whole time. Or to just, I don't know, And then, for some reason, she forgives him and changes her mind. She changes her mind a lot. Then they finally did it and completed the mating bond. But of course, something has to get in the way of that. And then things happen. More things happen. Somebody may or may not almost die. Some things are found out. I don't really know how Abby found it out, but, like, she did. She puts it all together. Now they're on the way to Alaska. That's the end of the book, basically. And then you get that last paragraph. I keep saying paragraph. It's the last chapter, and it's from Mason's point of view, which it just came out of nowhere. Like, there was no lead up to it in any way. And that is the end of my notes. Because I didn't write anything else. So yeah, we're doing the next stuff off of memory, guys. So Abby, she doesn't want to be hurt again. And because, her ex-husband cheated on her, a bunch. He put a whole bunch of credit cards out in her name, which she had to pay back. He let his mate take all of her stuff from her, so all of her grandma's antiques and everything, so she has nothing anymore. So yeah, she doesn't want to be hurt again, and that's the main reason why she doesn't want to get with Gage. And then also or with anyone really, she's all like, I need to have my feet under me again before she starts to date again. And then she's all like, I want someone caring and gentle, not someone who's basically just chaos. So she's finding all these reasons not to be with him. And then it's always the whole like, would I still like him without the bond? Which probably. So she just found all these reasons not to like him, and then, you know, it comes up to her, and she's in the car actually when she makes this decision. She just randomly like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's complete this mating bond. Came out of nowhere. But she's really kind. She sees the good in everybody, literally everybody. She basically makes herself a part of their pack and stuff. And she is human. Now to Gage, he is a wolf. He has PTSD because him and his pack were taken and tortured, basically. But he's the only one who has PTSD from it, and nobody knows why, and nobody seems to actually, like, care. And he knows there's something else to it, too, but he just doesn't know what. He's also been hurt by people, so they've both been hurt by people they trusted. He got engaged to a human, and then it just turned out that she wanted someone she can control. And yeah, that's why he doesn't like humans, basically. And then also because humans were the one who tortured him. Which, honestly, we don't get, like, anything out of that. Like, we get some of the past, but it's not a lot. We don't... Which is honestly kind of annoying. Like, that's a big part of the past. Like, I wish we knew. Liam, or at least I hope that's its name. He is Gage's older brother, and he is the alpha of the pack. He's the one who has to be cool, calm, and collected all of the time because he is the alpha. He really likes Abby in a friendly way. He also, right off the bat, knows that Abby is Gage's mate. Kai, I think he's like a tiger shifter, and he kind of acts like one, in all honesty. Mason, he's a wolf shifter. Don't know a lot about him. Ezra, he's a bear shifter. Pretty sure he's more of the kinder one, in a way. They're all really kind, and they all protect Abby. All of them do. That's the group. I don't know a lot about their past or anything. So yeah, spoilers now, I guess. I guess we'll start with that epilogue chapter in a way, so Mason doesn't go with them on the plane to Alaska and says that he'll meet them there. And then we get this chapter. And it's just all like, oh, he has a mate. We didn't know that. It just came out of nowhere, and I didn't like how it came out of nowhere. And it was being described in such, like, a bad way, like he was evil and he was trying to kill someone. That's how it was described. And also that they've met and that his mate is pregnant with his child. So, like, that also came out of nowhere. So, aren't these great? These spoilers. Just great, guys. I was gonna say something and I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't remember. They were, I don't know. The person who's evil, it was kind of easy to figure out because Gage kind of just figured it out right off the bat. But it was just like trying to convince everybody else. That's really it. It's also really hot in my room right now. I don't have anything else to say. I probably should have wrote all my notes, but I was lazy and didn't want to. So yeah. I may actually read the Allie Hazelwood book that I wanted to read. There's another one. Oh my gosh, I have so many books I want to read. It just keeps getting longer. I also have some other books I need to read, but those are planned, that need to go out at a specific time, which is next week for me, and for you guys it will be like in the past. So yeah, that's about it. I know I don't have a lot for the rest of it because I didn't want to write anymore. I was lazy. Yeah, so thanks for watching. And have a good rest of your day, night, month. Nope. Have a good rest of your day, night, week, month, year, life, and goodbye.